All right, we're going to talk about how to use a business funding specialist to get approved faster and for more money. Chances are, if you're watching this, you are of the right mindset. You understand that it's better to go through an expert that has the data, that has the experience, that has the connections that you most likely don't have. You're just a business owner, you're just focused on what you're doing and, you have the right mindset. Maybe you got denied and you're looking for alternative solutions, right? So we'll be able to help you with that as well. So let's just talk real quick about the difference between DIY versus done for you. So you see DIY right here. This is literally confirmed. This is confirmed data from somebody that went and applied online. And look at their statistics. You see, annual income is damn near 200K, right? They applied from New York. That's not relevant. But the age of their credit history was anywhere from 2 to 5 years. So they have good age on their credit history. And they had a good score, 746. Look at that little ass limit that they got, 7,500, right? In this video, I'm going to show you more higher approvals. If you're new to me and you don't know what it is, look right here, right? And I'm not talking about some old ass results. This is some recent shit. So you see the 50K approval for my client, right? So $50,000 limit right there on the screen, as you can see. That's 50. There's a 50 right here is what I believe this one was like 3 months ago. So that's still recent, right? 50,000 right there. We scroll down over here. You see 3 months ago as well. 75K approval, right? You see that too. You see 50,000 there again. And then I even hit y'all again with the 45K approval. So I say this to say, if you don't know already, if you have any amount of brain cells, you know that done for you through an expert is going to be your better solution, right? So let's get to my presentation real quick and just give y'all more information as far as how to move forward and navigate this. So let me move myself. Okay. All right. So how to use a business funding specialist to get approved faster and for more money. Let's talk about it. So let's just talk about in the beginning, like why do we even get approved more as business funding specialists, right? So number one is relationships. We have established connections with these lenders and financial institutions that can make the difference in your approval process. It's not anything, just to be frank, it's not anything we're doing that's illegal or anything. It's just like the simplest way I always tell people is like is it's like if you know somebody in the party versus you don't know nobody in the party, right? Everybody knows about a party. You was a young kid trying to go to the party, be cool and all that. If you're going to the party, you don't know nobody. Okay, let's say you ain't going to no party, right? Let's talk about shit. Job application. You probably applied for a job before, right? So it's like not having a recommendation. So keep that in mind. Because of our relationships, we're able to typically get these higher limit approvals. So all those approvals you saw was basically a symbol of you trying to do it yourself versus working with us, essentially. So knowledge, we got expertise in the funding business that basically helps us know how to go about it, know what these banks are looking for. And then the reality is that we just have so much data, not only from people that have gotten approved, but the reality is that we got a lot of data from people that got denied as well. So we know what to look for, basically, right? So just keep that in mind. That's why we're pretty effective with this. So you got to understand that this is literally an investment game. It's about asking yourself a very, very simple question, right? I want you to like literally like pause the video and if you got to replay this, replay it. Like ask yourself the question. Would you rather get approved any amount of money, right? That's number one. Or do you want to maximize your approval by working with a specialist that has the relationships you don't have? Number two, they have the knowledge you don't have. Number three, they have the data of approvals and denials that you don't have. Anybody that knows common sense is going to go with option number two, right? You want to maximize your approvals. And that's the reason why you're watching this damn video, right? Maybe you got denied, like I said, or maybe you just understand and you've seen people. Maybe you've been watching me. And you just understand like this is the wave to be doing. Let me give y'all a scenario. So this is a scenario. I'm gonna assume if you're still watching this video, you've accepted that funding can be used to create a real ROI, right? I don't know what business you run, but business is business, marketing, sales, and all that. It's always going to be similarities, right? So this is your mindset. I'm telling you your mindset if you're watching this video. You've accepted that the funding can be used for a real return on your investment. So that could be hiring, that could be marketing, inventory, equipment, or just buying back your time. And you know that you should be doing it with a funding specialist like myself, right? To give yourself the best shot that you don't want to mess up by doing it yourself, right? You don't want to get that $7,500 limit where you can get 50 by working with the real people, right? So keep that in mind. We have to, just have that belief here, right here. I'm gonna believe that that's what your mindset is, right? So how should you go about it once you have this belief, once you have this mindset, once you understand that working with the funding specialist is going to be your best option? I always tell people it's just like if you're a guy, getting a haircut. If you're not cutting your hair yourself, you're going to a barber, right? It's like getting your oil changed. So just keep that in mind. So we want to look for green flags. We want to look for red flags. So what we're looking for when it comes to green flags, number one, we want to look at recent results. I literally showed you in the beginning of the damn video, recent results, right? I didn't show you results from 2003. I didn't show you results from 2008. I showed you results literally from 2025, as recent as like a couple of months ago, right? So keep that in mind. You want to look for people that can demonstrate recent results. Go look at my playlist on YouTube, business funding, I think success something, business funding, testimonials. Y'all will go find it, but you'll see stuff over there too. If you see people coming on YouTube, they're not posting like actual results, then to me that's a red flag. If you follow them on IG, they're not posting results. That's a red flag, right? Number two, BRM relationships. I've been very clear. I've been very vocal in terms of my relationship with bank relationship managers. A lot of people that you see come after me, right? As far as like students and people that work with me, they've literally used my relationships, right? So that lets you know that we work with these BRMs, right? That have us be put in a better position to get these higher limit approvals, right? Because we're going through a different application process. We're going through a backdoor method or DocuSign versus the person that just goes online and gets the 5 to 10K, 7,500 or whatever, right? So keep that in mind. Transparency and knowledge about lenders and terms. So when you're working with a funding company, they should be able to confidently tell you what type of product you're getting based off of your situation. I literally got off a consultation with a client today, and he was telling me that he's just been like feeling like he's behind because he'll see people with these ads on everything online saying, "Oh, if you got a 700 credit score, you're gonna get 250K." So I just had to educate him, and I educated him, and I let him know the next steps that we're gonna take before we get to business funding. If you're speaking with these people and they don't sound like they're educated, if they don't know the consumer laws the way that I do, I'm not telling everyone to know it like me, but if they don't know the consumer laws and all that as far as how to build this perfect credit profile that the banks are gonna love, to me that's a red flag. So they should know. I'm not telling them to be able to quote 15 USC, 1692, and all that stuff, but they should be able to, know the basics. So they should understand the product they're getting you, whether it's a 0% interest business credit card, whether it is a line of credit, if it's a term loan. So they should understand the differences. And then a true expert, they're gonna guide you, like I said, as far as just building the profile. They're not gonna just get your application and just take you right away. If you have a good credit score, you all have seen me. I've been saying it for years. I put out a whole when I used to put episodes on my podcast. Those of y'all that know, your credit score doesn't matter. It's about how your profile is built up, right? So keep that in mind. Basically, all these if you see them operating like me, then they're a green flag. We just got to call it what it is. Y'all know everything on here applies to my company. You know what I'm saying? Like we the biggest green flag out here. I ain't gonna hold you. So red flags, what to avoid? If they're guaranteeing you approvals, right? You can't guarantee no damn approval, right? Cool, you could do a pre-approval. A pre-approval can always, they can always go backtrack. But my main thing in telling you is that don't let these people like sell you the biggest dream where they're saying like, oh, when you go through my BRM, it's guaranteed this, right? Y'all seen all the results that I posted to y'all. I just showed y'all a bunch of results and y'all see my results, but I'm not telling people, oh, it's guaranteed you're gonna get this, right? Because these are banks, these BRMs are they're still employees of the bank. So people, this is my thing. Don't let people like come on here and be lying to y'all, basically, right? So when you come to my channel, you're gonna get the realest shit. Because at the end of the day, I know our marketing is so cold that we're gonna attract our ideal client anyway. So I don't have to lie to you. I don't know if these people that be lying to y'all and just be trying to sell y'all a dream, I don't know if it's because like they're not confident in their marketing, like they feel like they have to lie to you to bring you in. But I'm gonna tell y'all the real. So just be careful of that. If they don't got no website, go to catacticsllc.com. You'll go ahead and see our website. If they don't got no social proof, you're not a dumbass. You just saw earlier in the video, you've seen on my channel, I got social proof, right? So people that are legitimate funding specialists, they're gonna have an online presence, they're gonna have results. If they're pretty vague in their communication, if they don't want to answer certain questions, I think that's a red flag personally. So yeah, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So what is next, right? Damn near stuttering, my bad, y'all. So now that you understand the importance of working with a qualified business funding specialist and you know what to look for, it's time to take action on your funding journey. There's a link below to book a strategy session. So what you can do, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description for you to book a free strategy session, and we can go from there, get you access to your capital, so that you can go ahead and get to the next level. With that being said, y'all make sure y'all not only have a blessed one, continue watching my videos, but number one, go ahead and book that strategy session. Let's go ahead and get you your funding so that you can go ahead and grow your business and scale. With that being said, y'all have a blessed one.